What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more New Order. And we're returning to the Substance compilation. Thank you again to Eric. And the next tune is Temptation. Are you tempted to come up to the lab, Luca? Is that what's happening? I believe it is. So yes, the idea of being compelled by or tempted by something that is alluring, attractive, or otherwise desirable, but with an implication that it is perhaps taboo or not appropriate in the moment. If it's something that's appropriate to the moment and not controversial, I don't think temptation really comes into it. I think temptation is a word reserved for situations in which the allure is perhaps outside the lines of what you're supposed to be doing or feeling. So I do wonder what that might relate to. It's a single word title, so it's hard to get a read on the context for that concept. So let's hear it. This is Temptation by New Order from the 1987 compilation Substance.
Just like a feeling inside, it's no joke. I know it hurts me to treat you this way. Betrayed by words I've never heard, too hard to say.
Reminds me a bit of Erasure. It sounds like Erasure meets the Smiths or something.
Each way I turn, I know I'll always try to break the circle that's been placed around me. From time to time, I find I've lost some meaning. People down low, people in this world, we have no place to go. Thoughts from above, yeah, people down low, people in this world, we have no place to go. Thoughts from above, yeah, people down low, people in this world, we have no place to go. Oh, it's the last time, oh, it's the last time, oh, it's the last time.
Anyone quite like you? Tune. That's a major tune. That's one of my favorites from them so far. It like instantly goes into the conversation for my favorite New Order tune I've heard. Obviously, there's still a lot of material I haven't heard, and you're gonna take off. Apparently, the moment the song was over, that's it for Luca. But yeah, it definitely feels brighter than the stuff from Movement. That album, and again, understanding the sequence of events leading up to that album, or the themes that play on it in particular, that's not surprising. I do wonder when this was written. I get this is a compilation, so the material from it didn't all come out in 1987. But it definitely feels like it has a different atmosphere, a brighter and more optimistic feel than some of the stuff from Movement. It had a mixture, as I said. Sometimes when I make comparisons, I worry, because if someone who is listening to one group isn't fond of the group I make in reference, then they're like, oh wait, it's not like that at all. But there was a moment where it felt like it had the electronic dance floor kind of feel of an Erasure tune, or maybe one of the lighter OMD tunes. What are you doing, Luca? That's not helpful. That's not constructive. Mixed with a bit of that indie rock, new wave, like holdover feel of some of the Smith stuff, the earliest Smith stuff in particular. So yeah, it felt like it was a mixture of 80s rock with some of that synth dance feel, and that powerful snare drum, that was a really strong element, just, popping away the whole time. It definitely had a foot stomping on the floor type of rhythm that just made me want to get up and dance, which wouldn't be good for the visuals because you'd be seeing like my torso. But the point is, it definitely felt very dance-oriented, even as it wasn't quite what I think of when I think of 80s synth-pop, which I tend to think of sounding a bit more electronic than this did, even if there were some electronic/keyboard elements in there. So I like the way it blended the natural and the electronic sound. Ultimately, the vocals were still a bit buried in the sonics in certain parts. I heard some lines, in particular that line, I think was, I've never met anyone. He said that word sort of quickly, but I think it was anyone like you. which sounds like someone who's smitten. It sounds like someone who's being tempted by the allure of another, which again, if you're referring it to as referring to it as temptation, maybe there's some reason why it's complicated to go for it or to try to find that connection directly, but it definitely feels like there's a hope and excitement in the atmosphere of the tune. Some of the other lines I didn't get clearly, so I'd have to listen to it again. I look forward to hearing people's comments about the lyrics and just the themes more generally, but definitely a cool one from New Order. One of my favorites so far. She's going to knock down the camera, so let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.